experts from each industry talking to us about the challenges, the hardships, and the opportunities. Today, I've got Tony Batista from Floors to Love telling us about the telltale signs and ways that we can actually check our floors, keep our investments. Tony, thanks for joining me today.
Hey, good morning, Gabriel. Nice to be with you this morning. I look forward to your questions, and I look forward to keeping the folks that are watching the show informed on what to do about flooring and what to do about this whole thing that we're going through.
Thank you for joining us again. You can follow us live. You can text Expert35 to the number on the screen. Tony is Expert13. We got a great lineup today. Obviously, floors. Tomorrow, we've got appraisals. We got how to choose your energy. Restaurants are opening back up all around the country. And so we're going to have a great celebrity here on Friday talking about opening up restaurants and the restaurant industry and just staying safe. And we got a great lineup next week. So please join us as we go through Expert35. We've got all kinds of expertise and opportunities to stay safe and continue in this journey. Again, today, Tony Batista, you're a flooring expert. Man, how many years in the industry?
We're going to be 11 years now, and that's after an extensive career in another field. God's been good to me. I've been able to manage teams in different areas. So I was previously in the airline business, Gabriel, and that gave me the opportunity to really travel around the world and get to know people all over the world. So again, I've been blessed.
Well, in the airline industry, but you also served, right? You were in the Air Force, right?
Thank you for that question. Yeah, I'm an Air Force veteran. I spent some time in the island of Guam. I was also stationed at Charleston Air Force Base in South Carolina. So it was my honor and pleasure to be part of the Air Force and to spend some time defending our country.
Thank you so much for your service. And I'm sure a lot of people that are watching, veterans, would appreciate understanding that, look, there are new opportunities. The world is changing. 25 million unemployed. And, thank you for what you've done and what you're doing. You guys are still, tell us a little bit about the industry, the flooring industry. You guys are still considered
essential
service.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what's happening.
Yeah, as we all know, many of the stay-at-home orders are really throughout our country, impacting economically the entire country. Because we're on the construction side of the business, we've continued to work. We feel blessed. Our hearts and prayers go out to all the people that have not had that opportunity to be able to work. As we know, a lot of people, unfortunately, have had to spend the time at home. And as you mentioned, the unemployment rate is unbelievable. But, I'm an optimist at the end of the story, Gabriel, and I feel like we will overcome this thing. And I think that we will be better off for it. It's not that we know that there is nothing that we think of positive at many of this time as we're going through this thing. But I feel that we will overcome and that things will turn out to be positive for us again.
Absolutely. And I think, your energy just fills the room. Obviously, the industry allows for you to be out there because you are essential. But tell us a little bit about why that's important, right? The floors is one of the first things they see. But what are things that people can look for when they're walking through their house? What should they be, now everybody's home. Give us a couple of little pointers as you're walking through what you should be looking for and what you should be correcting.
Well, again, a lot of us are spending a lot of time at home. This is an opportunity. You should take the opportunity rather than sit around and be ineffective or unfruitful, if you would, to look around. And on the wood flooring side, if you see the floor buckling or cupping in some way or another, you have a problem. Please call us or any reputable company near you. On the tile side, if you see broken tile, then obviously there is an issue that needs to be rechecked. If you, on the other hand, you have carpet or anything like that, you can see the wear and tear. You can see it sometimes on stairs. You can see it, in places like that. So take the opportunity to look around your house. This is for most people, a house is the greatest investment that they make in their life. So, we need to look around and see what can be done to bring up the value and keep that investment that you made perhaps years ago in what you're doing. Floors are, as you mentioned, one of the top items to keep up with, whether you are intending to be at the house for a long time or whether you're looking to sell. things like that. This is the time to do that. Keep it clean and organized. That way you can see what's going on in those areas.
And that's super important, right? So how can people improve and protect the value? Flooring is essential, but don't just replace the flooring, right? If you see, what are things that would tell you maybe there's a foundation issue or something bigger?
Well, as I mentioned, if you see cracks on a tile area, and normally, most interior decorators will tell you if you're starting out a house on the construction side that you put tile flooring in the bathrooms, in kitchens, laundry rooms. Those areas have the opportunity to be exposed to water. So think about those things as you're trying to make arrangements, as to trying to change your home in one way or the other. And there's nothing as valuable as wood floors. In our area, wood floors continue to be king. And if you can have wood in the other areas, including your bedrooms, although some people obviously like carpet in the bedroom, but in terms of value, wood flooring is still at the top of the list. It can bring up the value when you talk to any real estate agent, to any interior decorator. They will tell you that.
Obviously, with the unemployment, funds are tight. So this is a question from the crowd. Craig's asking, do you do hardwood floors? Can you match existing flooring? So you don't have to replace the whole flooring. Can you match a piece of it?
That's an excellent question from Craig. Quite honestly, a lot of people don't realize that. People see a problem with their wood floor and they think immediately that has to be replaced. We are one of the few companies that does do refinishing of hardwood floors. It's an excellent question. And the cost of that is much lower than replacing, clearly. We can sand and refinish those floors, and those floors can be made to look brand new again. A lot of your hardwood floors can be sanded 6 to 7 times in a lifetime. So, and most people don't do that often enough. So realistically, it can outlast a lot of people in terms of the amount of times that they get it done. So refinishing your wood floors, again, it's effective, cost effective, and you can have a brand new floor once again without having to replace it and spend large amounts of money.
Great answer. And here's another question. Obviously, some people are trying to sell their home. What kind of flooring is better for resale? I guess which one's going to give you the most bang for your buck?
I thank Jennifer for that question again. Hardwood floors were really made way back, many years back. A lot of the homes at that point were all wood on their subfloor and foundation and that. So hardwood floors were really meant to go over that. As we evolve and homes now are more concrete than they are wood in their foundation, then the industry had to come up with something new. And that's where engineered floors come up. Engineered floors are made to go over concrete. They're made to be glued down, and that is in most cases they're pre-finished, so it's a product that you can make the change very quickly and not really have to have a lot of activity or in your home. So that is highly recommended. But again, going back, wood floors are king. You should have that on as much of the home as possible, and then have tile or hard surface in bathrooms, kitchens, and laundry rooms.
And let's talk a little bit about those tile wood, right? It's like wood looking tile. What about those?
Yeah, excellent. You've noticed it, Gabriel. The industry, in order to take care of all of the climate issues that we've had, especially in our area,
yep,
they come up with this wood looking ceramic tile, or that can be put down and it looks exactly like wood. So we all continue to like wood, but those wood tiles, as we call them, they're made of ceramic and they can be put on the floor. And this is something that even if your house gets flooded, you won't have to deal with the floor. You may unfortunately have to still deal with the walls or baseboards or something like that. But in terms of a lasting surface, those wood looking tiles can just be cleaned up. They can be, right back on, and you still got the investment there for sure.
Perfect. One more question. Obviously, people are installing new things. People are doing things from home. Brian installed, recently had floors installed. There's some grout residue. What can you use to clean that up? Is there something to clean up grout residue?
There is material clearly that can be bought, and realistically, this is a DIY project. People can do it. You can still spend the time if they over grouted the area. You can still spend the time and scrape a little bit of that, and you should be in good shape. You just have to do it carefully. The same, by the way, taking advantage of it. The same can be done on the wood side. The wood filler is sold. You don't have to. I appreciate the call, and we'll be happy to give you advice for no cost. We go out and do estimates, and we do it all day long, and we don't charge for going out to do an estimate. But on the wood side, you can use wood filler. It can fill in any cracks that you have on the floor. You can also use markers that you can buy in any of the big box stores or anywhere for that matter. And that can maintain your floor while you decide to make the big investment, and if necessary, to change the floor.
That's right. And I think that's great. We'll put some of those resources online. This is a really timely question. People are worried about people coming into the house because of the virus, because of the lockdown. What safety steps are you guys taking, and how can you guys make that comfortable for them?
A very good question on Greg's part, and people should be concerned about that. We're all concerned about getting together, social distancing, etc. On our part, we make sure that all of our employees are wearing their masks. They're wearing gloves as well. The vehicles and tools are being cleaned on a very frequent basis. We wash the vans very, very frequently. When we're going out there, we're checking, and some of that we're relying on the employees. If anybody doesn't feel well, we certainly aren't sending them to any of the jobs. But we're making sure that everything is clean, and that everything is, where we don't have any germs, if you would, when we're carrying it around. We've been blessed again to continue to work, as I mentioned at the very beginning, Gabriel, and we have not had any problems. We thank the Lord for that.
Thank you so much for staying on top of that and keeping us safe. Resources available. Obviously, people are on a budget. Do you have some good do-it-yourself DIY projects, and what other resources can people learn how to maintain? YouTube videos. What do you recommend?
Yeah, I mean, YouTube is a great source. We're all out there. Our own company has videos that we put out there. I'm sure that the people should take advantage of this resource of Expert35. I mean, I'm proud to be on the flooring side, but we got brothers and sisters that can help you in any area whatsoever. So as people are looking to it, no question, look at YouTube, look at what's in the internet, take advantage of those things. We are a proud member of a certified Bona, contractor, and there's only a very few of us in the entire country. So you couldn't get any better than for cleaning and disinfecting your home than using the Bona products that are provided as well. So I highly recommend that people look into that. Again, to me, I hate to repeat it, but cleaning and keeping things organized is going to let you know if you have a problem that needs to be checked out by a professional,
right,
or if it's something you can take care of yourself. I mean, we have areas. Again, I highly recommend that people do that.
Is there a resource to find out if people are certified, licensed, or some sort of like a flooring group where we can check up on, making sure these people aren't just flying into the state to take care of the business, especially because Houston sometimes gets hit by hurricanes, and like during those times, how can we check the credentials?
Gabriel, we're certified by the National Wood Floor Association, and that's when somebody's doing wood in your house. These people provide the guidance of what's supposed to be done in your house. You should come in. Many people call us up, unfortunately, and they want us to give them an estimate over the phone. We don't do that. We got to go on site. There are so many variables that need to be checked out before you actually decide what to do and what to put on the floor. So National Wood Floor Association for flooring, and there's all of the certification agencies on the tile side. I hate to say it, but you don't want to get a fly-by-night company that's not going to be there. It doesn't have insurance. Something happens in your home. You want to be sure that you prevent that, because long run is going to cost you money.
And we'll put all those notes in there so people can refer them. Christina has a question. Do you guys actually do commercial as well as residential?
Excellent question. The majority of our work has been on the residential side. We do about 250 jobs a year, and about 85% of that is on the residential side. We do end up doing, any small businesses as well as high risers. and stuff like that. We do work for some builders, remodelers, etc. that we do that. But the great majority of our work is on the residential side.
Okay, great answers, and also really helpful. We'll put all the notes. My favorite part of the show: three things people can do right now. They're at home. They're on a tight budget. What should we do moving forward?
Number one, take advantage of the time. We're always running around. Many times we don't even have the opportunity to look around our home. Take a look at it. Again, floors, because it's my business. I say, take a look at your floors. What can you do? What can you see that may be, or you might not have any problems whatsoever? So the second thing is keep it clean and organized. I go back to that because that's going to let you know whether you have a problem or not. Finally, we really need to change the way we do business, the way we deal with our own families, friends, etc. I think that's an important issue that if we get nothing else out of this deal, we should learn that.
Love the idea of build community around us, right? Again, this is Tony Batista. He's a flooring expert. Thank you for being with us. Expert13, text Expert13. You'll get his contact info. You'll get some of the pointers we're going to send out. Simple things you can do around the house to make sure you have those inspections. We'll put all the notes in there because it's super important. The flooring is adding value to your property. I love some of the questions about keeping your investment. And there's other questions about laminates. There's questions about cleaning stains. So Tony's going to go and jump online and answer those questions. Thank you so much for joining us. Actually, I'm going to post this one because somebody just posted. And there it is. Go Air Force. So
Jana, a great friend and sister in that we both were in the Air Force. So good to have those people on board. All veterans. Love you all.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for being safe. Thank you for your feedback. Tony, Expert13 on Expert35. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being with us, Tony.
Thank you for having me, Gabriel.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 9:35. We got all kinds of lineups. Check us on our website, expert35.com. Thank you.